There are so many horror games that are very popular among gamers. But in this video, I will show you 10 best multiplayer horror games to play with your friends in 2021. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is the Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope. Little Hope is more akin to an interactive horror film than a typical game. You're imprisoned in the titular town of Little Hope during the witch trials era, dealing with warped and horrific spirits from the area's history. It contains a lot of fantastic scares, albeit most of them are pop-up scares, and it has an unexpected twist finale. Next up we have Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight was a game that took a surge in popularity thanks to streamers and its involvement of iconic horror movie villains. This game has been ever growing with respect to in-game characters. These aren't just characters in-game, they're pretty iconic monstrosities. Dead by Daylight is really one of those games that makes you scratch your brains when playing. So if you're friends and you are anything like the squad from TBBT, this one's meant for you. Next up we have Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia, shortly after its launch, grew extremely popular. Unlike most games on this list, Phasmophobia isn't your traditional kill the evil spirits monsters demons game. It's one that requires nerve, coordination, and swift action. You and 3 other friends must work together in order to gather as much evidence as you can. You do this using the gadgets and tools at your disposal. Next up we have Hunt-Showdown. The environment is creepy and has a Wild West feel to it, the monsters are strange and intriguing, and the fighting may be fast-paced or slow and deliberate, depending on how you approach a scenario. You and up to 12 other players take on the role of bounty hunters entrusted with tracking down creatures on a huge map in Hunt-Showdown. Next up we have Killing Floor 2. If you haven't heard of Killing Floor or its sequel by now, you've most likely been living under a rock. This game is one of the most popular multiplayer horror games, and it's difficult to dispute their immense popularity or the numerous options for having great multiplayer experiences with pals. Zombies mode in Call of Duty games is comparable to Killing Floor 2. Next up we have Unfortunate Spacemen. The best way to describe this game is to make one imagine Among Us and evolve it by 10 years. The game surrounds a group of astronauts seeking to fix an outpost and perform a few in-shuttle tasks while avoiding an excrescent shape-shifting alien-like creature. The game can get extremely nerve-wracking and will make you develop an in-game paranoia of sorts as you play. There are even weapon upgrades available in-game which you can use to kill the alien monster. Next up we have No More Room in Hell. No More Room in Hell is yet another example of a well-known game that began as a mod for Half-Life 2. It was later published as a standalone title in its present form. Its visuals are a little antiquated, and it seems a little like a less polished Left 4 Dead game, but one thing it has going for it is its low pricing. It's free, which tends to make people a bit more tolerant of its shortcomings. Next up we have Deceit. Another game that resembles the outlay of Among Us is Deceit. The game is extremely similar to Unfortunate Spacemen, however, it is set in an even creepier location, an asylum. Deceit consists of players waking up as either innocent or infected in an asylum basement, needing to progress to the escape. An infected player comes to power when the lights go off, and they can use this outage to kill the innocent. Next up we have 7 Days to Die. Take a glance at the game's title, and you'll already pretty much gather all you need to know about it. The game is centered around using resources to build a fortress with your friends, using whatever is available to upgrade your arsenal, and then getting together whilst preparing to eliminate the barbaric monstrosities waiting to chew away at your flesh. The last game of this video is the Blackout Club. The Blackout Club involves you and your teammates being required to investigate an entity known as the Shape that has mind control powers. You need to avoid the mind-controlled sleepwalkers as you investigate and complete objectives in this multiplayer horror title. The game is centered around an investigative mystery, which you need to gather evidence of. You'll enjoy this game with a few friends keen on playing creepy detectives. So that's the list of 10 best multiplayer horror games to play with your friends. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.